Absolutely. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is Painful X on this podcast. And this is going to be very painful for me to discuss because it's disgusting. Before I go any further, I had no idea, man. First and foremost, happy born day to our brother, Eric Jordan. He's always in the grind. He's always supporting us. Much love. You see him everywhere. And much love and appreciation to you, bro. Shout out to you, our brother, Eric Jordan. I had no idea. Today's your birthday, man. Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you. Much love, man. Salute. With that being said, let's do this roll call real quick because I want to get into the smoke with this. 704 Joe, salute. Sean the TV, salute. I'm going to address what you said. Anthony, Andrew 100, Derek Gaines, a legend. Chill Time Majors, Anthony Bolton, Rod Neal, Almanaz, salute, good six. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to our sister Almanaz. The beautiful love is the word. Cartoons that made us, salute, man. Louis Henton. Almanaz early in that super chat, she said, this is what happens when you believe the BS hype. We're going to get to it. We definitely going to get to it, man. Salute to you, sis, man. We definitely going to get to this. Real spill. Phenomenal Mexican, salute. Shogun, what's going on? She from Mississippi, Mr. Shelton? It's bad, man. It's just all bad. It's all bad. We're gonna read the story as a family, and I'm gonna tell you based off of, oh my gosh, man, we're just gonna get to it, bro. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. The Village brother, my brother, what's good, fam? Hendall, Night Train in the building. There go Almanaz link right there. Y'all make sure if y'all not subscribed, please go subscribe to our sister Almanaz. She's always in the building supporting us. Young DJ, salute. Yeah, man. So let's get to the smoke. What you're seeing here is this young lady named Sade Robinson. She was 19 years old. All right. She was studying for an associate's degree in Milwaukee, somewhere at a college. She was looking to pursue a career in criminal justice, from what I saw, from what I read, from what they was said about her. And she ran into this animal by the name of Maxwell Anderson, which is the animal on the left. Okay. It's disgusting. The International Quiet Storm, salute, man. I am exactly going there, brother. I am exactly going there. I was going to let it cook, but you know what? I saw the name. Now we can keep that in mind. Sean on TV, please, if you're in the building, sis, I need you to pay attention. It's absolutely what I said it was. Because everyone had a lot of smoke for Jonathan Majors. That man was running from that Neanderthalis. That female Neanderthal who he had to go get the police and say, yo, look, you need to come to my loft apartment. Because there's a woman in there, and when they found her, was she not asleep in the closet on the floor, partially intoxicated? Yes. And now he got to take classes. De-escalation classes. Are you kidding me? Wasn't our good sister Shauna in here saying that he looked like a colorist? I'm like, how does a colorist look? Because does Maxwell Anderson, the murderer here, does he look like a person that would dismember you? Because that's what he did to poor Sade. He dismembered her. Did y'all read this story? We're going to read it. Shout out to the divestors. Where are they? Where are they videos talking about divest? That woman with the crust around her mouth. She got eczema or something around her mouth. Talking about all black men are dusty and she's dating white men. And I want to say this and I don't care. He may have gotten the wrong one that night. Whoa! Go! because I'm not going to play fair. Women like that want us gone. Gone. They want us gone. No cap. From Cynthia G calling us bandits and delete black baby boy pregnancies. Remember all of that? Down the bandits, and yeah, all they do is destroy. And remember this? I forgot what I was listening to. Some podcast. Some woman said we would be more interested in black men if they weren't toe tagging us every what? She said like every 5 minutes or some time that she put out. Like I say, wait a minute. Black men are toe tagging a black woman every hour or some shit she said. And I said, wait a minute. So I broke out my calculator and I did some math and I said, at this rate, I don't know how long this has been going on, but if it's been going on for at least a week, black women would be extinct. What is she talking about? It was a false statement. She heard something that was a half truth. You understand? When Jonathan Majors was getting work in movies, he was playing Kang the Conqueror, he was in the Creed movies, commercial deals. What did these sisters say about him? He has a freedom face, like saying he looked like a runaway slave. I was like, what the fuck? Really? This man is really killing it right now. He's in shape, he's young, he's getting work. And he don't look like the conventional Hollywood black person. And I'm just saying he's earned his stripes. He gets famous, and what did they hone in on? After cutting him down, they basically call the brother ugly. This is a millionaire actor in shape. He has a six-pack, y'all. So I don't know how tall he is, but it looked like he met the criteria. And what did they say about him? Everything negative. They found out he was dating that white woman. And he went through what he's going through. What did these sisters say? Good for him. You know how many sisters are running around? Yeah, Sade. Now how about this, y'all? I just talked about that massa challenge. You remember that? The massa challenge? I just spoke about that. That's black women dating white men, having them take videos. Who you with, girl? My massa. Wade in the water. And they grabbing their black girlfriends by the hair. They volunteer for crap like that. But there was a problem with Jonathan Majors. And when that Neanderthal woman started wilding out on him, he was literally seen running from her. What the hell did he do wrong? Oh, good for him. Good for him? Good for him? Let me scroll back up to what our sister Shauna said. You scroll back up. Because I don't know if she's in the chat. But I responded to her. She said, there are a lot more black male actors and athletes with white women. This should not be about color, but about domestic violence. Hey, Shauna, listen. And I don't know if you're in the chat, but you need to listen. Sis, they weren't in a relationship. We're going to read the story. She was trying to get her buns clapped. We're going to read the story. This is not domestic violence. This is murder. And what does black male actors and athletes with white women have to do with this right here? Do you see what I'm saying? Women naturally move the goalpost. This is the shit I'm talking about, y'all. Look at the statement. This is what I'm saying. What does that have to do with this? Nothing. Talk about this dude murdering this sister. Because that's what happened. That's what happened. This ain't domestic violence. This is a trend, y'all. We're going to read the story. And as I read the story, think about what's happening with social media. Think about what's going on. And think about what we speak out against. All the brothers online be like, yeah, I better stop this da-da-da-da online, da-da-da-da. What are we called? Dusty, gay, haters. You just mad because we what? We can't get with you. We don't want you. How we mad that we can't get with you, but then y'all get mad when we hop on a plane and leave the country or date outside of our race? And we're gonna address that. You can't have it both ways. Let me put it in boxing terms. How the hell you could say a fighter is the biggest payday, but in the same breath say that everyone's ducking him? You can't have it both ways. Well, that's the biggest payday, but I ain't gonna take that because he'll beat my ass. No, get in the ring, try the best you can, and walk away with the payday. You're a prize fighter. What are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. Eric Jordan in that super chat, he said, my birthday is tomorrow on the 16th, but celebrate my birthday for the whole week, man. Salute to you, good brother. Much love, man. And I appreciate you, good brother. So let's get to it. Quiet Storm says it was about color with Jonathan Majors, and the sisters were the one cutting them up. It was about color with Michael Irvin. It was about fucking color with Kevin Samuels. And you want to know why? Just Pearly Thing said everything he said word for word. I ain't see the black sisters coming for her like that. I mean, some did. But they were on Kevin's bumper. Watch it. What up? ES, what up? Nah, I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to read the article from CNN. As I'm reading it, I want you to think about the current atmosphere right now. Think about it. Let's read as a family, y'all. CNN, when 19-year-old Sade Robinson did not show up for her shift at a Wisconsin pizza restaurant, she worked at a pizza restaurant, on April 2nd, her co-workers immediately suspected something was wrong. Now, she didn't show up to work and they suspected something was wrong. Think it's deeper than that. Just real quick, let me park there. If someone don't show up for work, you know, no doubt, Quiet Storm. You know, it's like, is that cause for panic? Or did her shift start at 11 a.m. and she normally showed up at 9? No call, no show. It was weird for her. Okay. Okay, fine. I'm not going to look too deep into that. The evening before, Robinson had planned a first date. Now listen carefully, y'all. See, this is to address what Shauna TB said. She said a domestic situation. To me, domestic means these people in a relationship and something got physical. Listen to what I'm saying right here. Listen to what the article says. The evening before, Robinson had planned a first date with Maxwell Anderson, 33 years old, at a local seafood restaurant, according to a criminal complaint against Anderson. He is now facing charges of homicide, mutilation of a corpse, and arson in connection with Robinson's death. He did all of this to this woman. The young college student had been looking forward to the date, even telling a worker in her building how excited she was, the complaint said. So she told her friends, y'all, I'm going out with Zaddy. I'm going out with Zaddy. Because that's what this is. Okay, she's 19, he's 33. He's 33, she's 19. Before I go any further, anyone gonna complain about the age gap here? Sisterhood, is anyone gonna complain? Was he grooming her? I mean, she's legal, but she's not 21. She was 2 years removed from that. Shamar, what up? Was he grooming her? Was he trying to get in her head? Right now, as we speak, Right now, as we speak, you've been hearing me talk about this all week long. As we speak, y'all know about that article? I mean, that little thing where I told you that gay black man was talking about how the black household is destroyed and it's the man's fault. And I went in there and said, that's not true. It's not the man's fault. He's wrong. And how the women tried to hijack the conversation and say things like, men come to women wearing masks. Facts. If men would come how they are, things wouldn't go the way they go. And I'm like, yo, wait, y'all don't know how to pick men? Right now, I have a new comment from another dudhead. With each passing day, I'm understanding that a lot of you women are just fucking idiots. Y'all are idiots. Y'all are idiots. You don't know how to pick men? At your age? In case in point, man, some of those chicks, some of their accounts are private, but Felix, what up? I've gone into their accounts and looked at what I'm talking to. There's no way. Bitch, you're young enough to be my daughter. Take what I'm saying as free game. You're damn near arguing with someone your daddy's age. But you're getting game from me because you didn't get it from your daddy. And that's the problem. If you bought what some nigga was selling you, and you couldn't bring him home, Black Gun Owners Magazine, salute. If you were dealing with some dude and you didn't want to bring him home to meet your father, your mama, I'm not going to put that on you, because if you don't know your daddy and your mama ain't got nothing good to say about him and you never knew him or got vague memories of him, all you know is that he left you and your mama saying, he just left us. I already know what's going on in your house. Could he have just left you? Probably. But 10 times out of 10, he has a side of that story. But by the time you're 21 and you done bust out a few kids because you don't know how to pick a man, because no man ever taught you how to properly select a man or to make yourself selectable for a man. You know, you ever heard the expression, you'll attract more bees with honey? So you walk out and you have your young, ripe shape, and you'll attract a lot of men. You got little, C-cup boobs and tight little booty and thin little waist. Your genetics are young and at 100 miles an hour. You'll attract some dudes. I don't know whether those dudes are good. I don't know whether those dudes are bad. But why are they attracted to you? Because of how you dress and how you're acting and where you frequent. But if you took your ass to a lounge where they're not playing a bunch of Negro music, they're playing some nice jazz or, top 40 music. If you change your appearance, and I'm not saying to dress like a nerd, whatever that means, dress more professional. Let me give you some free game to the women that don't know. If you dress more casual or even in business attire, the type of man you will attract. And I'm not saying all of those guys are 100 either, but the type of man you'll attract will be in a higher tax bracket than the one you attract when you're wearing a dress that's 2 sizes too small and your things hanging out. What do you want to attract? But I'm sorry, the man with the suit and tie making 6 figures, he's lame. So you go ahead and do that. You go ahead and do that. You get my point. Attract more bees with honey. Speedy Kid in that super chat, much love. He said, black man gotta look like Idris Elba, spend $15,000 on the first date. Chad can look like he could barely afford a Kid Rock concert ticket and they worship him. Exactly. Young Abel, salute. Exactly. She told her classmate that she was excited about this date. I'm just curious why. We're gonna find. This is my first time reading this article. No Limits. Salute to you, good brother. You're new here. I may have seen you before. He said, these old black female divestors are quiet now. They're the ones that tell these young black girls to get with any white man that shows interest in them. Hallelujah. That's why I'm asking. Now, we got eyes and ears, everything. And, you know, things like to pop up on my algorithm that I ain't even asked for. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What are they saying? What's that dirty bitch name that O'Shea Duke Jackson keep doing videos on? And he does brilliant work, by the way. He plays, he doesn't chop up what she says. He plays the whole segment. And the first thing I notice is, number one, that's not her hair. Whoa! What? You heard me. Number two, she has eczema around her mouth. Number three, ain't she a recovering alcoholic? But we're dusty? I'll have none of it. Thank you. I don't want to deal with you. Well, I'm off the market anyway. Been off the market 24 years. And then she recently went on a date with Sade, and Sade demanded that she paid for half of the date. Did y'all see that? I said, oh, look at this. And not one time, at least what O'Shea played, because I'm not subscribed to that shit. Now, one time did she call him Dusty? Go figure, right? Anyway, let's go back to the article. She said she was looking forward to the date, even telling her worker in the building how excited she was, the complaint said. She texted Anderson she was feeling seafood and headed out to meet him at a seafood restaurant where he used to work, wearing ripped jeans and a white shirt, according to the complaint. Robinson was a vibrant, extroverted presence in the pizza shuttle manager. Manager Justin Romano described her to CNN. Very outgoing. Words is important, y'all. Very outgoing. She would talk to everybody here. She was always there to lighten the mood. Not showing up for work the next day wasn't like her at all, Romano, the manager on duty at Pizza Shuttle the day Robinson disappeared. We kind of knew something was up. We have been calling her all day. Okay, they've been calling her all day. All right, meaning she wasn't at her shift, so call her. All right, so that seems normal. One of Robinson's friends called the police that night, saying that she had not returned her calls or shown up for work. The criminal complaint said police visited Robinson's apartment for a welfare check, but did not find her there. A harrowing trail of evidence. The restaurant closed for 3 days during the search for Robinson. The authorities discovered a grisly set of clues. The morning after the date with Anderson, Robinson's vehicle was discovered on fire. The 2020 Civic had sustained extreme fire damage, completely damaging the interior. According to the criminal complaint, despite the fire damage, authorities were able to identify the outfit Robinson had been wearing the night of, something out of a movie, y'all, the night of the date, as well as a part of the iPhone consistent with her phone in the burnt car. Wow. Later the same day, police were called to the scene of another gruesome discovery, a human leg. Listen to this, y'all. A human leg on the beach in Warnemont Park in the Milwaukee suburb of Cudahy, I can't even say that, which appeared sawn off at the hip. According to the criminal complaint, an examination determined the leg belonged to a black woman approximately 5 feet tall. It was identified as Robinson's using preliminary DNA evidence. The complaint states, this fucking animal. And on April 6th, as police canvassed the area where Robinson's car had been found, they identified more remains, including a human foot and what appeared to be human flesh. All appeared to come from the same person, the complaint said. Phone records found by a friend of Robinson's and her mother using a location sharing app were detailed in a complaint. This is one of the worst things I've ever fucking heard. They show Robinson's phone traveling the night from April 1st to the seafood restaurant to a nearby sports bar, then to Anderson's home, and then to a park where the remains were discovered. Now let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Kane, what up? Let me move this for a second. Here's my problem. Clarence, what up? Here's my mother effing problem. Oh, of course he is. He looks crazy. And guess what? We probably, I'm looking to see how they met. Maybe it was on an app. Who's willing to bet that if there was a dude around her and saw that man's picture or saw him in person, would have nudged her and be like, you went on a date with him? I don't know about him. He looked crazy. He looks crazy. You go on and do what you want to do, but he looks crazy. You gonna fuck around and be chopped up somewhere in the basement on some Jeffrey Dahmer shit, huh? Now look, now here's my problem. I'm feeling seafood. Cool, I used to work at this restaurant, come through. Then they went to a fucking lounge. And where'd they end up? Back at his home. Whoa! Why you going to this man's house on the first date? Now listen. Listen. Let me defend her, because I'm not blaming the victim, but I'm saying that it's likely she has been listening to all of this gobbledygook all over the internet. Mansa Musa, my brother, what up? It's possible. Maybe he roofied her. We don't know. Maybe he went from the seafood place to the lounge. Maybe he roofied her. Oh, she ain't feeling well. Let me take her home. Maybe he roofied her. I don't know. But what do we... Look, man. Look what Squeegee Kid says. That's why the co-workers were immediately concerned. I think it's deeper than her just not showing up to work for work the next day. They may have seen this dude and be like, yo, this... Now, mind you, watch this. He was 33 years old. I'm willing to bet this is not his first body. I bet you upon further investigation, they're going to find some more shit. There's going to be some people missing elsewhere, maybe in adjacent states. I'm willing to bet that they're going to find some other shit with him. He might just confess, yeah, that girl was missing 2 years ago. I did that. And they're going to hit him with a landslide. He's never getting out. I'm just letting you know. He's never getting out. This was all him. Maybe he roofied her and took her back to the crib and did what he did. Maybe. But you know something? With the atmosphere being what it is, y'all, do you really think that that's likely? Stormy, salute. Do you really think that that's likely? We're in an era, and I'm not putting this on Sade. I'm not putting this on her. I'm talking about the atmosphere. What do we see women talking about online all the time? If you want to go out on a date with me, you got to cash at me X amount of dollars. Do we not see that? This is the era that I'm not dealing with it. I'm married. But some of y'all got kids growing up in this era, nieces, nephews, little cousins, little brothers that got to deal with this shit. Yo, you want to go out on a date with me? Yeah. You got to cash at me $200 first. I just watched a podcast with these knuckleheaded chicks talking about $30 is not enough for me to eat a lunch. You dating a dude and he says, yo, yeah, have some lunch, and cash apps you $30. You know some of these bitches had a problem with that? Oh, well, he has to know who he's dealing with. Who the fuck are you? I think $30 is too much for lunch, bitch. What do you mean? What do you mean? $10 make it happen. Get out of here. Who are you? I mean, seriously, what do you do for a living? What do they say? They either do hair or they're influencers. You're broke. And you make a living dating these money-slinging dudes, and a lot of them clap your butt cheeks, and they might throw you a couple of grand, which is nothing for them. But here's my question. That lifestyle runs out. Gravity takes over. Your boobs that were up here, in 5 years, are going to be here. In another 10 years, they're going to be down here. Unless you're going under the knife every 6 or 7 years. You get older. Your value depreciates. You're like a car. Who are you? The reason why I brought all of this shit up, cash at me in order to date me, $30 not enough for dinner. This is a 19-year-old girl. Now, mind you, I'm going to go back to the Instagram shit. Right now, my beef was with some gay black dude, what he said about the black household being destroyed because it was the black man's fault. I said he's wrong. The facts, data, and statistics don't support what he's saying. Some broads, stranger danger. I was minding my business. Some broads came to me, Tom, what up? Came to me and said, hey, what about, if men come how they are, it wouldn't be as bad because, y'all come with masks. And I'm like, first of all, we're not talking about that. Second of all, what are you, a child? You a child? So every black woman in a bad situation got fooled. They were not responsible for one bad pick. That's what you're saying? Do we not control access to relationships? Yes. Who controls access to sex? They do. You chose to sleep with this dude. You chose to let him get you pregnant. All these forms of birth control. You chose to not only get pregnant, but procreate with this dude without the promise of marriage. You did that. Oh, I know. He told you he was going to do something and he didn't do it. What are you, 9? I'm not going to feel sorry for you foolish mortals. You make the bed, you lay in it. Again, how many times I told y'all the story? I was just talking to a young, she a little older than me. She went to school with my older brother, but she goes to my gym and we were just talking about things. There's like a 5-year age gap between us. We was talking and we brought up that young lady that I told you about. And she said, you remember what happened with her? I said, yeah, I do. Remember I played the video on it, what happened around my way? She was dating this fool. And there was some shit with the fool. Because another one of my homegirls, he started kicking her ass. And she said, I'm getting away from him. Went down to the courthouse, got a restraining order. He was there. And she said, when I left the courtroom, he's sitting there. And who's sitting here? Old girl. And she said, this restraining order is for him. Girl, get away from him. You know what her response? According to what, I wasn't there, of course, but what my other homegirl told me, she said, you know what she said to me? I said, what? She said, you're mad because you ain't got him. Sometime later, like about a year and some change later, got pregnant by him, spit out the baby. Then he started kicking her ass. Got a restraining order on him. Somehow, he comes to the apartment, she lets him in, he pushes her back and goes in the room with his son, throws the fucking baby out the window and kills him. Now, here's the thing. Eric Jordan, that super chat, he says $30 is 2 meals. These women are delusional. These women aren't delusional, bro. They're retarded. And to be a retard in this age is a fucking choice. Original man, salute. To be a retard this day and age is a choice. With all this information available, it's a choice. Now here's the thing, and I say this all the time because this is the prime example. This is why I'm not hearing what these stupid single mothers and a lot of those chicks, I can tell by how they type, they have no life experience. Their OGs or the 30-year-olds that they're listening to they made 50 years of mistakes in about 10 years. They have 200, they have a body count that's exceptionally high, snatched waist, they don't have a real job, and a lot of them are single mothers. And the baby father is always at fault. Now here's the deal. I told you, that was the talk of my town for a while. That was the talk. Let me just start this because I'm going to bring it up later. And you know what everybody said? And I'm not talking bad about her or anything, but this is the truth. We said, man, that's fucked up. But you know what? How does she not know homie was crazy? Because everybody knew. Everybody knew. You mean to tell me she didn't know? We all lived in the same neighborhood. How does she not know? What you doing drunk on a Saturday morning in the summertime, 11 a.m., walking up the block like this nigga's drunk. You didn't even have a bowl of cornflakes yet, but you drunk off of malt liquor? Not Hennessy and nothing like that. No. He could afford that. $2.50, you get a 40. And that's who you procreated with. We said, yo, look, it's her fault. She had a how about this? She had a restraining order. Why she let him in the house? I said, what, he break down the door? No, let him in. What? Why? Huh? Why? Call the police. Call the police. Right? But I told y'all before, she had a situation before that with somebody that I know. Another guy that I know. I told y'all the story. Story time. Before that tragedy happened to her, a few years before that, I worked with her at Kmart. One of my buddies that I known since first grade walks in the door. He says, yo, what up? I said, yo, what up? We laugh and we all loud and whatever. He goes to the store, buys stuff and leaves. And I noticed her at the desk. She's like eyeballing like, yo. So she left the desk because she did customer service. She left the desk. She says, you know him? I said, that's my ace since like first grade. Why? He's an effed up kind of guy. He's an effed up kind of guy. And I say, what are you talking about? Look, I don't know. I didn't even know y'all knew each other. I see him that weekend. I said, yo, how you know Kerry? He laughed. He says, yo, man, look, you know what I do. Kind of, sort of. Well, what happened with you and her, though? He said, man, you know, she caught me when I was like drunk coming from a club one day. So I took her home. I blasted. My pullout game was horrible. 2 months later, she told me she late. He's like, you better go handle that. She says, no, I think I'm going to have it. I'll meet you outside. Now, the story is he met her outside. Said, what you say? No, I'm going to have it. And he pulled out a hammer. Pointed it at her stomach. And said, I dare you. Safe to say, she went and got her stomach pumped. And you want to come to me and say, yo, he's an effed up guy. What are you telling me for? What you telling me for? Now, my guy, you know, he ain't about that life anymore. He's a family man. But back then, he was in these streets. Y'all just do the math. Just do the math. Now, how do you have a track record of, and now guess what? That's my boy. But if you knew him back then, you see him coming. And I used to see him with bad chicks, and I'm like, they must know how he get down. Of course they do. But he had a nice car. I mean, I was a college student. This was 94. But he had a nice car. He always had a bad chick in it, braiding his hair. And old girl was just, you know, he just ran into her coming home one night, according to him. According to him, this is what he told me. And I was like, yo, she mad at you? What happened? And he told me laughing about it. I said, wow. After that, a couple of years later, you spitting out this fool's kid. I'm like, that's so-and-so? Okay. And then look what he did. So I guess these men were wearing masks. You didn't learn anything? This was a dude that was walking around 11 a.m. in the morning drunk around the block. That'll make an excellent baby daddy. Not a husband, baby daddy though. Fuck you mean? Quiet Storm back in that super chat. He said, me and my 3 brothers grilled my sister's husband before he could ask my father if he could marry her. Our father did not have to say anything. Hashtag men vet well. Exactly. Don't play no goddamn games. And let me tell you something else. Dudes act different when a woman brings him home and there's a bunch of men walking around the house. Aggravated looking brothers, a father, an uncle in the basement that got a twitching eye because he fought in a war. He's least likely to fuck around. And if he boat on you, that means he was up to no good. What happened to that old boy? Well, he just stopped talking to me. Oh yeah, that means he was up to no good. He came here and he saw us just walking around the house. Special Teams Prevent. Red Lipstick, salute, sis. How you? Go subscribe to my sister, Red Lipstick. Exactly, Quiet Song. You fuck around and find out. Least likely to fuck around, man. Tay, salute. So this is what we're dealing with. Now I'm talking about that. And these monkey chicks start talking about men wearing masks. I said, that's not the issue here. And see, everything that I'm reading is these women avoiding accountability. I'm like, what the fuck? What are y'all? I'm not asking that y'all retarded. I'm saying that they're retarded. Y'all are retarded. Every last one of y'all chicks are stupid. Every chick that questioned me in that chat. One happened this morning. I said, these bitches ain't quitting, are they? They're not slowing down. Well, this is God at work. And I'm not saying, look, man, Sade was a sacrifice. Because this murder is about 3 days old now. What y'all got to say now? This is horrific. It's out of line. Well, we're going to read further because I want to know, how did she meet this dude? Why was she 19 years old and excited to hang out with this 33-year-old man? They tracked the phone to the seafood restaurant, to a lounge, back to his house. Now, unless she was roofied, why was she in that man's house? Better question, was he a man wearing a mask? Because if this was his goddamn face, you mean to tell me none of her co-workers saw that? You know, chicks like to share everything. This is who I'm hooking up with tonight. This nigga? I'm sorry. This cracker right here? This guy? Listen, I don't tell you what to do. But this fucker right here, you hang out with him with a pack. I bet she ain't asked him to cash app her a cent. Was this her first date? You know how they say passport bros go to other countries and get robbed and stabbed and killed? There was some shit going on in Colombia recently, right? And we said, man, don't worry about that. Niggas been getting robbed, shot, and still killed over here, right here on these shores for decades. What are y'all talking about? I live in New York. You know how many chicks, set up chicks? Yo, wait, hold on. What was Cardi B doing? Whoa! Go! Talk about it. How do you reward her? 2 decades later, she gets to meet the president. Right? You ain't got to go to Columbia to meet a Cardi B. Bitch right here in the Bronx. What you mean? She was roofing niggas. Brick James, what up? This is the shit I'm talking about. Exactly, Kane. Rappers been 88. What up? Rappers been talking about trap chicks for decades, man. And this is like crazy because just when they accusing the passport bros of being perverts, what happened on the heels of that? We found out about those Jamaica trips, did we not? Videos. Then we found out about sipping paints. I'm sorry, were they really sipping paints? They were sipping on something else. They were sipping on scissor. Man-made scissor. Right? And then you find out these modern women are every bit the smuts that they swore they didn't like in men. In fact, name a man by the age of 21 that had 200 bodies. Name the man. No man, when I was 21, nobody I knew could come to me and say, hey man, I got 200 chicks I smashed. I'd be like, nigga, you like, get out of here. What do you work for? You in the porno industry? You're lying. But what do we know? It's easy for a chick to get laid. It's not easy for dudes to get laid out here like that. Unless he got something exceptional going on for himself, like money. 200 bodies and these chicks ain't millionaires? No, they fucking for free. I've seen podcasts with chicks, they're like barely touching 30. How many bodies you got? I got about like 212. What? And I believe that. You know why? These chicks out here smashing, bro. They smashing. This is a fact. Now I'm going to read the rest of this. I want to know how she met this dude. Let's go back to the story. Phone records found by a friend said Roberts. Okay, I read that. Now this is the fool right here. Tatted up. Terrific. Suspect faces homicide and mutilation charges. On Friday, Wisconsin authorities charged Anderson with first-degree international homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson of the property other than a building. He would face life in prison if convicted on a homicide charge. The complaint details evidence police says ties Anderson to the crimes, including surveillance video. They have video. He's done. Witness accounts and phone records. Authorities also found blood in Robinson's house and several gasoline containers. It states he's done. The complaint says evidence led authorities to conclude Robinson was dead. The facts mentioned in this complaint caused complainant to conclude that the defendant intentionally killed and then dismembered Robinson with the intent to conceal the homicide, tried to hide it. And it occurred between the arrival at the defendant's residence and his departure from the Warnemont Park area, it states. Anthony Cotton, an attorney representing Anderson, told CNN his client is presumed innocent and we will fight this matter vigorously in court. It must suck to be you, bro. When you know you're defending somebody that is dead to rights. When asked if her office was reviewing other cases of missing women for possible connections, Milwaukee Sheriff County Danita Ball said, so far, there hasn't been any evidence that there are any other victims. Not yet. I believe they're going to find something. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong, but that's my opinion. After Anderson's first court appearance, Robinson's mother, Sheena Scarborough, called his arrest justice for Sade. A verified GoFundMe for Robinson's memorial service described Robinson as a loving daughter, cherished sister, and a dear friend of many. This is tragic. Robinson, originally from Mississippi, was about to graduate from Milwaukee Area Technical College and pursue a career in criminal justice. According to the fundraiser, the pain of losing Sade has left a void in the hearts of her family, especially her grieving mother and little sister, along with 2 relatives, friends, and the entire community who loved and supported her. Reads the description: as we come together to honor Sade's memory, we aim to provide her with a dignified farewell she deserves. Okay. Now, I want to know, how did she meet this guy? Let's see if I can find anything. Fuck out of here. What is this? Does it say anything? They say he was charged. Okay, here it is. It's saying, how did she meet? It just says that they text, but I need to know, how did they meet? How did they meet? Was it let me go here. I'm checking these articles. During press conference, the police department does. Okay, the police department does not know the relationship between Anderson and Robinson, but does believe that the two met at Anderson's place for employment. Anderson's place of employment. So this dude came into the pizza place and met her. A criminal complaint states that Anderson and Robinson met April 1st to go on a first date with her. So she worked at the pizza shop, and he walked in there and bagged her, got the number. I'm thinking it was an app. They're saying that what I just read. They met at the pizza place that she worked at. And what Squeegee Kid said earlier, that's why they were calling. Like, he didn't, you know what, man? He probably walked in there looking crazy. You gave him your number, girl? You gave him your number, girl? That nigga look crazy. You going out with him, girl? Where y'all going? And then she ain't show up for work the next day. That's not like her. You know, she went out with that crazy looking white boy. Motherfucker probably walked in there. Yeah, let me get a anchovy and pizza with French fries on it. We don't put French fries on a pizza. You're cute. What's your name? Looking ass. What I'm saying is, and I'm not making fun of the situation, what I'm saying is, it's easier for them to get this off. He's 33, she was 19. What was she, flabbergasted? You know, when I came up, the chicks I went to school with in junior high school, when you asked them, you got a boyfriend? They always said yes. And if it wasn't a dude that we knew in school with us, their boyfriend was always in high school. I spoke about this before. Who's your boyfriend? He in school with us? No. Where is he? He in high school. Now, back then, you're not thinking. It don't dawn on you. You're in junior high school and your boyfriend's in high school. It wasn't until we got to high school. We was like, yo, you remember when Sophia told us she had a boyfriend? And we were in 6th grade. And here we are in 10th grade. We was like, yo, if she was telling the truth, dude need to be in jail. Now here was the crazy part, right? You get to high school, now Sophia's boyfriend is not in high school, he in college. And then when you get to college, you're like, wait a minute. Now, I never went away to college, but I visited some of my friends that went away to college, and I went to their campus, and my God, I'm like, wait a minute. Do you remember when Sophia told us that her boyfriend was in college and we were in 11th grade? All of these chicks, and now he's a Q dog? He's a Q? Sorry, Sophia, you are the furthest thing from his mind.
Whoa!
Don't! Sorry, but not sorry. If you think that he's paying you any mind, you're crazy. You're crazy. Let me put up this Derek Gaines. Look at this. 193,151 black girls have disappeared from 2019 to 2023. Okay? Okay? Now, exactly, Kane. No divestor outrage. I want to know all the divestors. I want to know that bitch with the crust around her goddamn mouth that calls us dusty. Meanwhile, she got a fucked off wig and bad eczema on her face and around her lips. And she's a recovering alcoholic. Admittedly, I did hear her admit that. But I'm dusty. You smut. She recently went on a date with a white guy and said, no, you paying for half of this shit. Get on here crying and complaining. Bitch, shut your goddamn mouth. Currently, 64,000 black women remain missing, NAACP. See what I mean? Where they going? Who's toe tagging them? Maybe they don't want to be found. You're going to tell us that, oh, they wouldn't be toe tagged if black men would just... Don't blame us for any of this. You know why? Y'all are more free now than any point in the history of mankind. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all could say whatever y'all want. Y'all do what y'all want. Y'all say what y'all want. All of y'all are bosses. All of y'all are... You do what you want. You say what you want. You're bosses. But somehow, you let men dupe you? How many times did I pull up an Instagram post with a chick twerking in a thong, and then you scroll down on her post, she's hugged up with her son. Talk about my heart. Why is this little man on your Instagram with you twerking? Oh, I'm sorry. You got to get it. That's going to be my next show this week. I'm going to tell you the exact title of it. I'm hard at work, ladies and gentlemen. Pep talk. Is it okay to sell yourself for a bag? Is it okay if it's in the name of a bag? Oh, he can cry in a Mercedes when little boy was like, shorty was like, yeah, you know, my son his friends found out I have an OnlyFans. Well, would you be willing to discontinue what you're doing for the sake of your son? No, he can cry in a Mercedes. That's what that chick said. There you go. There you go. Yes, girl. Yes. Keke Palmer. You want to go back to that? Let's go back to that. What I'm doing, again, I'm not blaming the victim because this guy is he's an animal and he needs to be under the prison. What I'm doing is I'm painting the picture, the real life picture of society and the possibilities as to why this happened. Why did a 19-year-old college student think it was okay to go out with a 33-year-old white man? What did he say to her? What did he show her? Did he come in there with a 3-piece suit and say, that's my Maserati outside and I make X amount of money? Or did she just give him the time of day because he was zaddy? I don't know. I'm just asking a question because we're seeing a result. We're held to a different standard. Where is all the divestors at? Where are their live streams? We're 3 days in now. And this isn't an I told you so. I'm asking what I'm asking
what the fuck
happened? What happened? Did she have a father in her life? I saw a dude on there talking about her, a family member. He didn't teach her better than that? Did she listen? Because that's another thing. These women don't listen. Dr. Mark, salute. These women don't listen. You can talk literally until you're blue in the motherfucking face, and they will do whatever the fuck they want to do. Now back to Keke Palmer. I don't know what the outrage was. Oh, I'm sorry. I do, but it didn't match what people were screaming about. Do y'all remember what the argument was about? He can't tell her what to do because she's the breadwinner. He got money. He's hating on her because she is basically the A side in the marriage. She calls the shots. He can't tell her what to do. Word? Did you catch it? Did you catch it? What did I say about that whole thing? He didn't say anything of the sort in that tweet. What did he put in the tweet? You remember what the tweet was? Did it have anything to do about her making more money? Did it have anything to do with her violating their relationship? What did he say in the tweet? What did he say in the tweet? That she's out there with Usher with all the herpes in the world in a thong. What did he say in the tweet, y'all? What did he say in the tweet? Do you remember? Because I said, where they getting this shit from? He didn't say any of that. What did he say in the tweet? Do y'all remember? Because I remember exactly what he said. I said, they're adding on too much shit. That's not what he said. You see, you can't do this with me. That's what she said. That's what he said, Eric Jordan. Thank you. He said, but you're a mother, though. That had nothing to do with him. Had nothing to do with him. He was concerned about the welfare of the child. That's what he said. In what part did he say, yo, why you violating me? Why you violating me? You with me. Why you dancing with Usher and you out with a thong? He didn't say any of that. He said you're a mother, though. Meaning you have a child. And of course, chicks twisted this comment up and said, hey, I know what he meant. No, I'm reading what he said. Don't talk about what he meant. I'm reading what he said. You're a mother, though. Meaning, he can deal with you going out. You're grown. If there's no kid involved, yeah, guess what? She paid a bill. She's out there like that. You're going to have a bunch of dudes looking at me saying, hey, man, I wouldn't let my girl go out and do that. Hey, guess what? She's grown. You don't know these modern women do whatever the fuck they want to do? I don't control her. But I'm living in her house, eating her food. I'm smashing when I want to smash. I'm just fine. Right? Wait a minute, right? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What are they saying nowadays? What are they calling these dudes? The soft era? I said, shit, I think he's winning. I think he's winning. He's playing his position. Y'all just said, the women were saying, oh, he don't call the shots. She called the shots. Everything, when a man says, yo, I make the money, I call the shots. He's a pig, right? But these chicks were saying, oh, well, he don't make that call. She calls the shots. Really? So y'all are behaving like the men you say you hate. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. He was actually playing his position. Is he a homosexual? No, I think he works. He don't make as much money. Oh, I won't have no nigga laying up under me. She chose him and he chose her. If he's still with her, I can't feel sorry for him. I'm just pointing out the situation. He said, you're a mother though. There's nothing in that statement that says you violating me. Get the fuck out of here. Read this stat. In Ohio, now listen to this. Remember what I said about stats on that thread? This chick said, oh, that's cap. Drew Titan, that's cap. 57% of kids, black kids, grow up in fatherless homes. Yeah, that 57% comes from the 10%, which is really 100% of what you know. Because that's the 10% of all men. We don't claim them. So that's your 100%. Out of that 100%, 57% are not fathers. Now listen to this stat. In Ohio, 61% of missing children are black, but they are only 15% of the population. Dayton Daily News. Now, are you reading this? Because what I just said about the statistic about the 10%, a lot of people, these bitches didn't even understand that. You got 100% of men, black men. 90% are good men. 10% are awful. Those 10%, these women are dogpiling those dudes. Look it up. So out of 100% of them, right? 57% are not fathers. That's over half. That's more than half. The rest are just lollygagging around. They're still not good dudes. There you go. So read the stat again. In Ohio, 61% missing children are black, but black people are only 15% of the population. So in Ohio, the state of Ohio, black people are only 15%. Within that 15%, right? Because, all right, there's out of 100% of people in the state of Ohio, they're saying 15%, only 15% are black. So out of that 100%, that 15%, the black people, 100% of those people, 61% of the kids that are missing, I'm sorry, in Ohio, 61% of children that are missing are black. Do y'all understand? Drizzle, drizzle. Y'all understand that? It really makes sense. Fucking dummies. And the way these broads are coming at me on the gram, I said, do y'all understand y'all are capping for a fucking fat black homosexual man that has disrespected your daddy, your uncle, your granddad? I'm sorry, do you know them niggas? What? Bitch, you heard me. Because if you don't know your father, you don't like him, and all you know is what your mama told you, and you can't stand men, and what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? No Limits, you're absolutely correct. He said many women don't understand numbers and stats. They are surface level people. You know why? It's complex to them. Because they hear the numbers. They're not stupid. When they hear the numbers, it starts to make sense. But they would rather win an argument, which is why all they do when you close down a corner, they move the goalpost somewhere else. I'm addressing this fat homo, and these chicks came to me. I wasn't talking to those idiots in there. They came to me. One came this morning. I said, what are you talking about? And I have to catch myself. I'm like, all right, you lab rat. Chicks be like 20, 19, 18, 25, 31. Multiple kids, not married. What made you spit the kid out, stupid? Had one bitch say, oh, well, not all of us are trying to be married. So you're not trying to be married. So you're trying to raise a child in a broken household. That's what you're saying. Because the data proves when single women raise kids, it's not as good as when they raise a kid in a two-parent household or a single dad household. Now, Look it up. This sister was dismembered. Unless he roofied her, what the fuck was she doing back at his crib the first night? Why? And why was she so excited to talk to this guy? She told all her friends. I'm telling you, her friends knew something was up, not because she didn't show up to work. They didn't like how that dude looked. I'm willing to bet. It's gonna come out. How did they meet? Well, he came up in the store to get some pizza one day. Well, did you see him? Yeah, I kind of looked at him. What was your thoughts? He didn't look too right. Watch what I tell you. You're gonna hear it. He didn't look, he looked kind of like off. In girls talk, yeah, Sade, you gonna go hang with this dude? Yeah. Fellas, let me tell you something. Your daughter's going out on a date. If she really respects you, if she's away on college, if she respects you and respects herself, they're gonna grow on their own. And if you lay a good enough foundation, they will make great decisions when they're on their own. But they'll tell you, yeah, daddy, I'm about to go out with this guy. I'm about to hang out with this guy. Do tell. Who is he? And you're going to hope to God it's another college student. If you don't want to focus on the ethnicity, that's fine. But me, I'm hoping that the young man will be black. But then what if she called up her father or guardian or mother? I'm going out on a date. Okay, who was the guy? A 33-year-old white man. You can't find anyone closer to your age. And I know a lot of women, look, what do we talk about what men look for? We admire youth. Especially a single man with no kids. They admire youth. They want those young ovaries. I understand that. And like I said, she was 19. She was legal. But what did he say to her to get her to hang out with him and then be on her way back to his house at the end of the night? From the seafood restaurant to a lounge, back to his crib. What the fuck did he say to her? Like I said, unless she was roofied, I don't know what happened. Was she drugged? I don't know. Slipped something in her drink? Oh man, we gotta go, man. Get the door. I gotta take her home, man. And they ended up back at the crib. I need to know more about that. I want to talk to the people at the lounge. Did you see them leave? Was she okay? Or was she like out of it? I need more information. Y'all know me. I need more information. And I feel so bad for this. I feel bad for this situation. I want this dude. Now, there's no death penalty in Wisconsin. But I understand where he's going. Ain't he going to the same place where Jeffrey Dahmer was locked up at? Did I hear that correctly? I heard that somewhere. I was listening to Messi Michonne earlier. Is that where he's headed? I heard that's where he's headed. If he's going there, y'all know what they did to Jeffrey Dahmer. He ain't make it. He didn't make it. He needs that treatment. Put him in general pop, and he shouldn't survive the week. The news is out already. Trust me. Whoa, you heard what this dude did? Mm-hmm. Dismembered that girl? Mm-hmm. He come in here? Mm-hmm. When he's tried and convicted. This case should not drag out longer than it needs. You sentence him and you put him in general pop. They'll take care of him. Let me read something to y'all. I can see this. Let me read this to y'all. There was evidence of an increase of black men marrying out of their racial demographic between 2010 and 2017. However, that percent has remained steady since. In fact, the Pew Research Center released a report finding that 25% of black male newlyweds in 2013 married non-black women, compared to 12% of the black women who married out. However, Asian women and Native Americans still have higher rates of interracial marriage. Black women were the least likely to marry non-black men at only 7% in 2017, and only 4% were married to white men. Now, I need y'all to listen carefully to this. All right, this is a little chart right here. All right, I need y'all to listen to this, because a woman will read that and cut and paste it to prove her point. Right? But in order to understand how you got here, now what years were they talking about? From 2010 to 2017. That's around a time, well, a little before that, the war between black men and black women already had started. And there was an abundance of men saying, fuck this. I'm not dealing with it. All right? 2017 and 2010. So that's 7 years, right? Now listen to this, y'all. Before a chick cut and paste this bullshit, what she's not gonna do is cut and paste this. History of black marriage. In 2012, the U.S. Census Bureau released a report that studied the history of marriage in the United States. They discovered some startling, listen to this, y'all, startling statistics when calculating marriage by race. They found that African Americans aged 35 and older were more likely to be married than white Americans from 1890 until sometime around 1960s. Stop right there. Boom. But a lot of these chicks, they don't pay attention to history. They live for the now. What do we know happened in the 1960s? See, we got to understand how we got to where we are. And all of this is relevant to this fucking case. Half truth is why we got these women out here lying on us. Now, what I just read to you in the paragraph prior about black women least likely to marry out and how it was happening between 2010 and 2017, and black men were more likely to marry out. Scroll right down here. I'm gonna read that to you again. They found that the African Americans aged 35 and older were more likely to be married than white Americans from 1890 to sometime around the 1960s. Not only did they swap places during the 1960s, but in 1980, the number of never married African Americans began a staggering climb from about 10% to more than 25% by 2010, while the percentage for white women remained under 10% and just over 10% for white men. The first two charts below are charts included in the report. Only the headings have been altered by blackdemographics.com to outline the findings. Interesting, from 1890 to 2010, the paragraph above, it said the new stats were between 2010 and 2017. So the work was already done in the 60s. In the 60s. And what do we know happened in the 60s? Bam. What did the government do? Hey, listen, we'll pay your light, your gas. We'll put food in your house. You'll never starve. Okay, Uncle Sam, what you need me to do? Work? Nah, not yet. You just can't have your husband in the house. You got to tell Earl to leave. Now, most people will say, hey, man, what does that have to do with anything? You have no idea what that means, to take a man out of the house Everything collapsed. And decades later, from 1960 till right now, we have niggas painting their fucking fingernails, carrying purses, emotional, shooting up schools, smoking, drinking, having hissy fits like their mother. To watch a grown-ass man have a mental collapse of epic proportions like a woman. You ever saw a woman have a meltdown? Oh my God. Ah! Rolling on the floor. It's like, you just missed the train. You know what's cool in New York when you miss the train? In about 7 minutes, there's another one coming. You have somewhere to be? Well, calm the fuck down. It's not that serious. Exactly, chill time majors. Getting tongue rings. Getting their eyebrows shaped up. Wearing skinny jeans, sagging off the ass, tight pink shirts. Bati man this, chichi man that, but your pants is tight as hell. Got it. So when these sisters try and cut and paste this bullshit on you, just know that it's from 2010 to 2017, it was on a drop. But from 18, I'm gonna give you the exact dates, y'all. I'm gonna read it to you again. They found that African Americans aged 35 and older were more likely to be married than white Americans from 1890 until sometime around the 1960s. Welfare, civil rights. Not only did they swap places during the 1960s, but in 1980, the number of never married African Americans began a staggering climb from about 10% to more than 25% by 2010, while the percentage for white women remained under 10% and just over 10% for white men. So they didn't move. They remained the same. They remained around the same. They're telling you what it is. From 1890 to 1960s. And then so 20 years after civil rights and welfare and all that other stuff, by 1980, we were like, fuck off marriage. These chicks is like, yo, I'm gonna get pregnant and I'm gonna live off the system. That's why you have generations of fucking families living in public housing. Do y'all know what public housing was supposed to be? Y'all know what it was supposed to be? The projects. The projects were supposed to be your safe haven. It's rent controlled. You have light, you have gas, you're on public assistance, but you're there until you get on your feet, strong black woman. And then eventually you're supposed to get a job and get your money up and move out the project into a better place. That's what it was supposed to be. And by the way, you're doing that without the help of the man, because they'll send those folks to your house to make sure he ain't there. Right? But decades later, I knew families. Oh, who lives there? Oh, grandma in the third bedroom over there. Grandma been there since the 1960s. She had a baby, like by 1980. But no, she had a baby like from like 1960 or whatever the fuck. She had a baby, right? 1980, 81, she had you. So grandma still living there, your mama living there, and you living there. So got grandma in the last room, mama in this room, and you and your brother sharing a bunk bed. 3 generations in the projects. Grandma ain't have to leave. Why? Uncle Sam was taking care of her. She never went to work. She probably did some odd jobs. But everything was just cool and copacetic for her. She had no job to do shit. Now what mama doing? And now what you about to do? You see what I mean? these chicks don't want to hear exactly, Dr. Mark, but you know what? These chicks don't want to hear the play. Because when we start talking about, hold on, you're telling the half truth. This is the whole story. They don't want to hear it. They get ADD. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. You want to run an argument instead of looking at this shit and saying, how the fuck? No one asked how the fuck we get here. Oh, I know. It's the man's fault. It's our fault. It's our fault. You know what? Okay. I'm lucky. I'm married. But you know what? These brothers are done arguing with you. They're looking at you and they're saying, okay. Yeah. I got a passport. Right there in my cabinet. I got a passport. Cop killer absolutely did. Absolutely did. And these brothers are listening to you and they're saying, okay, yeah, I'm a lame, you know, I'm too short, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too tall, you know, I ain't got a good car with yeah, stamp this please. Yeah, okay, I'm lame or whatever. And I'm going to the fucking Philippines and I'm gonna hang out there for about a year. Cause I do IT work, and as long as I can get online, I can take my ass anywhere. Wait a minute, you really leaving? That's my foodie call, girl. You gay. Fuck you. You lame. Yeah, that's going to make him want to come back. You want to shame him into coming back. It never works. Oh, you're going over there to get some girls that don't know any better, that are uneducated. Listen, y'all nappy-headed chicks lost to those Philippine girls. I told y'all to leave them alone. Oh, yeah, then they calling these brothers sassy. That's the latest word. And I'm telling you, it ain't have to be this way. Now, what does this have to do with poor Sade Robinson? I want to know what the atmosphere like and why does she think it was okay to go out with a 33-year-old white man? What did he say to her to get her out on a date, to get her all excited for a fucking date? This fucking animal. And what pisses me off is that you have an abundance of black women that will accuse us of doing what this fool did. I wish I knew what podcast that was where Shorty said, yo, we'd be better off if y'all wouldn't be toe tagging us every like hour or some time limit, she said. I recall doing the math on that. I said, that's mathematically impossible. If black men were killing black women at the rate that she said, whatever it was, I did the math. I said, y'all be extinct in a month. In a month. That's not cool. Okay, but again, where is the outrage from the divestors? Are y'all even going to do videos saying, you look, all right, sisters, you know what? That's not all of the zaddies. That's just him. He's crazy. Are y'all even going to do a video about that? Are y'all even going to try to, you know what? I dare you to try and defend this. I dare y'all to try and say, well, that's just him. He's crazy. That's not all white men. You think the community wants to hear that right now? We want blood. I'm not even going to hold you. We want this dude's head. We want him to suffer the same. And you know what? I believe the death penalty, if you are tried and convicted for killing someone, you should meet the penalty exactly how that person met their demise. If you shot dude in the chest, you should feel it that same way. If you decapitated dude, you should feel it that same way. He did what he did to her, he should get it the same way. And it sounds barbaric, but you know what? I think a lot of change will be made in society, right? Yeah. It was 5.5. Did you, Eric, you heard the same thing I saw? 5.5? Y'all do the math, and I'm not an excellent mathematician, but I did the best I could, and I said, yo, if we was toe tagging a woman, whatever amount of time she said, I said that black women would be extinct on the globe. Exactly, no limits. That's exactly what it means. I was talking about that last week when these chicks talk about their bosses. What does that really mean? How you a boss when you ain't got no leadership skills? How you a boss when you make a mistake and you keep doing it? Like these women make multiple babies out of wedlock and it's a man's fault. You bought every dream that this dude sold you and he talked you out your drawers, but you was a boss, you was a leader. No, a leader fails forward. Hey, this was my fault, my bad, but we moving forward because we learned from the mistake. These modern women don't make mistakes. Every mistake they made, it's never their goddamn fault. I'm not bullshitting. Exactly, original man. They take words and they reinterpret them to fit their narratives. What is their narrative? Like I said, Keke Palmer and her fan base attack homie for saying, you're a mother though. Oh, why is he saying that? So what? She's a mother. She's hot and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, let me ask you a question, stupid. Would you be good with your mother showing up at a Teddy Pendergrass appreciation concert and you see your mom's old ass in a thong and she goes viral for that? You cool with that? And if you are, what kind of relationship do you have with your mama? And who the fuck did she raise? Who are you really? Again, what does this have to do with what happened with Sade? I can only pray that she wasn't poisoned by the bullshit online. Because it's poison, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I want to know what she listened to. I want to know what her social media looked like. 19 years old. This dude was 33. I'm assuming that she knew. Her friend, she told her co-workers, I'm excited to go out with this dude. And the phone was tracked from the restaurant to a lounge back to his house. Now, unless he roofied her, what the fuck was she doing going back to his house? These brothers can't get chicks to go out on a date with them unless they cash app at some of these chicks an excessive amount of money. Sade walks into a pizza shop. And let me tell you, sister, something. Well, most millionaires, you won't know they're millionaires, and they like pizza too. But you're assuming the best out of this dude, and you didn't even know him. And on the first date, he takes you to dinner to a place where he worked at, then took you to a lounge, and you was going back to his house. What the fuck? And I'm not saying she's that type of person. I'm saying that y'all see it all online. When are we gonna have that conversation? Chicks be like, yo, before dude, he got to cash at me $500. Who the fuck are you? Who are you again? What do you do for a living? Are you famous? What are you famous for? I'm on your social media. Is that your son? Okay, ass, little boy? What is this? Why is he on this page? Where's your family friendly page? You know what? Never mind. Access denied. Brother's got to cash app a chick money to go out on a date, and then if he's dating her and he being friendly says, "Hey, you gonna eat lunch today? Yeah, here's $30. Go get yourself something to eat." That's not good enough. Y'all heard that conversation? I said, you know what, man? I love black people and I want black people to grow, but this is why brothers is up in the air in other countries. And I just read you the stats from 2010 to 2017. Marriage is down. The next paragraph, what does it say? From 1890 to 1960, there was a shift. Now we know that was a civil rights movement. Welfare came about. And the sisters chose Uncle Sam over having a man in the house, not knowing. And I've heard sisters trying to defend this. Oh, well, granddaddy wasn't working anyway, and he was a lazy bum. You don't fucking know that. You wasn't around. This was granddaddy that gave birth to your mama. You don't know. The collapse of the black household. Watch this. A collapse of the American household is why we soft as a nation right now. What spawned from that as of 2024? Woke. From Transformers bouncing on the fucking lawn of the White House all the way to fucking up my form of entertainment in Marvel movies. Thor: Love and Thunder was complete bogus. I don't need to know that Zeus has orgies. I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that. And then they stripping Thor ass naked. I need to see that. All of this is related and y'all don't even know it. That's what I'm saying. It's deeper than, and see these women that try and argue with me, they're so simple. They're thinking it's cut and dry. Man's fault, man's fault, man's fault. Y'all wear masks and y'all fuck us up and bup. No. Your mama fucked you up. Well, my daddy ain't shit. Have you spoken to him? Majority of them are like, no. Do you even want to hear his side? No. Well, guess what? Your dad's fucked up? Yeah, he ain't shit? Yeah. Guess what? You got like 2 brothers and a sister. And your daddy fucked up. When did he become fucked up? You're the middle kid. You got a younger brother and sister. When did your mother decide he was fucked up? And you're absolutely right. I saw some dude talking about Sade. I don't know if that was her father or uncle or whatever. So there was some kind of male in her. I don't know to what capacity he was in her life. We don't know. Quiet Storm back in that super chat. He said, where was her father? I have no clue. Have no clue. But imagine getting a phone call. Your daughter is going out on a motherfucking date with a 33-year-old white man. Wouldn't you be like, hold on. Hold on. Why would a 33-year-old man? Well, look, other than smashing you, why would a 33-year-old man want to date you and build? A 33-year-old white man, what does he want with you? Other than to clap those cheeks. What does he want from you? That was her uncle? Yeah. What I'm saying to you, family, is that the murder of Sade Robinson was a collapse in community. Now, I'm talking about it. Macy Michonne's talking about it. This whole conversation, I see men talking about it. I want to know, where are the divestors that talk so much shit about black men? What are y'all thoughts on this? I've been watching. What are your thoughts? Are you going to attack this man? This man literally toe tagged. They found the foot to put a toe tag on it. Yeah, where's Dr. Umar? Anyone, knows what he said about this? Now watch this, y'all. This sister, this young queen, and I'm going to assume the best out of her. Maybe she was a bit misguided, which she thought this was a good idea. Now you see what happened with her? Where's that brick lady? Where's that smut? Where is she? That bitch lied on black men. That bitch lied on black men. She was assaulted by a black man with a brick. It turns out she did have a quarrel with a dude, but she hit him first, and he threw something at her. It was a bottle. And nothing she said was true. She lied. She made it up. Man, of course Umar was quiet about the brick lady. And who's this other fool with the multicolored hair on TikTok? Got like 1 million followers. He still tried to stand in the pocket for her and tell niggas was coming for him. Then he had to back up off and apologize. At least he said sorry. There's hoes that just stood on that shit. They just got quiet. They didn't want to say sorry. They just got quiet and changed the subject. A woman of African descent, a Muslim, but a lesbian. What? How does that work? What do you... Of course, ain't no one gonna say sorry for us, original man. No, we never get apologies. We're supposed to take it on the grill and keep it pushing. An African Muslim woman that's gay and slapping men in the face and twerking lies about getting hit with a brick. And these niggas was, I don't even know that dude's name. He on TikTok. Talking about, yeah, an assault did happen. But she lied about the assault, man. What the fuck? Man, I'm so glad niggas was like threatening that nigga like, yo, not threatening him like to do him harm, but like, yo, I'm about to stop fucking with you, dude. She's caught red-handed and she lied, man. Stand in the fucking pocket for men. And this is why we do it ourselves. Eric Jordan says, Paris Mulan is the YouTuber 5.5 got debunked. That was her? That was her? Did she ever apologize for that? Because that was some sick-ass math. You right, H. Lewis. I don't even remember that nigga name. Fuck him. He was going in, zooming in the camera on his face and shit. I was like, man, nigga, you lost this one. But when it started affecting his bottom line, right? That's when he apologized. I said, man. And this is what I'm saying, Eric Jordan. That 5.5 got debunked. This is what I'm saying. These women taking half of a statement and running with it. Like the chick told me 57% of black kids grow up in fatherless homes. I said, well, that's 100% of the 10% of the niggas that you fucking lay up under. Because fellas and ladies, if you're in the chat, how many dudes y'all know got multiple kids from multiple women? I know 2 dudes that got multiple kids from multiple women. I told y'all, remember that show I did? That one, my boy knew that dude that got 5 baby mamas was about to marry this chick that worked for sanitation. And all the baby mamas knew about each other. And he was sleeping with the last 2. How about that? How about that? How about that? Was he wearing a mask? No. Not at this point. He may have been wearing a mask when he met him, but eventually they all found out. They didn't care, man. And these chicks will tell you, oh, niggas ain't shit. Why? Because my baby daddy, your baby daddy what? And those last 2 chicks are still smashing them. I don't want to hear it, man. Why I keep bringing all of this stuff up? It sounds like a broken record, but I have to remind you, this is the era we're living in. So I need to know what was in Sade's 19-year-old mind for her to think that, oh, I'm hype. I'm going to hang out with this 33-year-old man. And we're going to go eat some seafood. If that was my daughter, I'd be like, no. You do not fucking go out with that guy. What are you doing? You know what he wants? He just wants to bust you. That's all. That's all. 33-year-old man came in to get some pizza and started hollering at you. Let me be very clear. Unless your name is R. Kelly, you're not a millionaire going inside any fast food joint and bagging a chick. And you know why I put emphasis on R. Kelly? Because that's a whole culture, from what I understand, in Chicago, where these older dudes will hang out at the fast food joints to pick up those little girls. That was a whole culture over there. That's what I was told. Now, again, she's of legal age and she can make her own decisions. But there's no way she could tell me, if that was my daughter, hey, I'm going to hang out with this guy. Who is he? His name is fucking Maxwell Anderson. Okay. What does he do for a living? Oh, he used to work at a seafood restaurant. Doing what? To what capacity? You see me asking questions? Doing what? Oh, he was, chef or mop floors. Or okay. How old is he? He's 33. 33. He's 33 and he's bussing tables, or he's 33 and he's mopping floors. At least he's not a manager or something. Who is this dude? Does he have a social media platform? Where can I see him? You know what? Before he takes you out, I want to talk to him. WhatsApp me right now. FaceTime me, whatever your thing is. Well, why you got to do all of that, uncle or daddy or whatever? Hey, man, you know what? Because I know men. And this is where the mentoring comes in at. Now, at the end of the day, chicks are going to, kids in general, they're going to do what they want to do. But you got to drop game. Your conscience got to be clear. Do not go out with this 33-year-old man. You're 19, he's 33. What the fuck can you offer him? This is your first date? And you're going to a restaurant where he worked at? And again, what was on her mind? That she was going back to his house, y'all. She was going back to his house. Again, unless she was roofied, which is possible. Why was she going back to this man's house on the first fucking date? That's why, let's go back to what the sister Shauna said way early in my, she's not here, but she said this on the page before this shit started. She said this should not be about color, but domestic violence. It's not domestic violence. They just met each other. And absolutely, if it's Sade, it's absolutely about colors. And what does that have to do with more black male actors and athletes dating white women? You see what I'm talking about, y'all? This is what I'm talking about. Don't move the goddamn goalpost. No smoke in the building. Don't move the goalpost, man. AB, what up? And you're right, Dr. Mark. The mothers and fathers sold their kids. I done talked about that already. They sold their kids to that dude. The young girl talking to her mom saying, you got to dress more like a kid. You know he like those kids. Yeah, so absolutely this is about race, Shauna. Absolutely it is. Because Zaddy don't have to work half as hard. And you want to know what's sad? I'm willing to bet that she had dudes around her that were just good dudes. They might not have more money. They might not have the most money. They might be in school with her, but they liked her. Probably wanted to date her. Maybe she shot down some dudes. I don't know. But that's usually the case. That's usually the case. I'm leaving out a very intricate part. When I first told the story about Shorty that lived around my way, I mentioned it before. But I left it out the last couple of times I brought her up. You know why I look at this situation with the young lady that had that tragedy happen with her baby and that fool and my buddy pulling out the gun on her? I left out something very important, and I mentioned it when I first told the story. You know why I look at that story the way I do? Like, And I look at all of this shit, and I'm like, You see, you know why it hits me personally? Because before I knew all of this about her, I asked her out. How about that? We were just chilling one day, and we was like, "Yeah, man, listen, you know, so and so came out. You want to go? You want to go to movies? I'll take my treat." No, I mean you cool, you know, but you know, I say, "Whoa, whoa, I'm not asking for your hand in marriage. I'm inviting you out to the movies." Now I was gonna not put moves on her, but I was gonna see where it is because you know she was cute. Shot me down. I didn't take it personal. I said, "Oh shit, okay." It wasn't weird. I came into work every day. Hey, what up? That's it. She even told some of her girlfriends, "Yo, you know, he asked me out." No Puerto Rican friend told me, "You asked her?" I said, "Yeah, I did." She told me no. What? It happens. I told y'all. I failed, but I failed forward. I've taken failure as an art form. That's why I'm so great at life now, because I understand failure. Does that make sense? Asked her out. She said no, left it alone. Later on that summer, my boy walks in the front door. He's laughing and loud and whatever, and I'm side-eyeing like, what is she looking at? He goes in, makes his purchase, he leaves. He gets in his, what was he driving? He was driving a Lexus and left. I said, damn, I'm standing here working at Kmart. This nigga driving a Lexus. We the same age, man, but I knew what he was doing. And she walked over. You know him? That's my guy since like first grade. He's a fucked up dude. I'm like, oh, people are looking like, what happened? Whoa, 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 what? I don't, whoa, I don't know. Why are you? No, I'm saying he's a fucked up kind of guy. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I saw him later and I said, yo, when you left, Shorty came up and kind of made a scene. I remember saying, yo, whatever happened, I didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm apologizing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I was like this. Yo, whoa, hold on. I took a step back like, yo. I said, yo, listen. I didn't do it. I don't know what's going on. I didn't even know you knew him. I don't know what's going on. Listen, you're making a scene. We got customers. Oh, I'm just letting you know. You gotta let me know. I'm okay. I said, what the fuck was that about? And when I saw him, I asked him, yo, you know, what happened with y'all? And he told me. Now, you don't go out to the movies with me, my treat, but you let him smash, and you know what kind of life he was living, and you thought you were going to spit out his seed, and according to him, he put a gun to your belly, and you ran, you not walk, you ran to get your stomach pumped. I wouldn't have did that to you. Whoa! In fact, you wouldn't have had to get nothing pumped because I wouldn't have put nothing in there. I'm just saying. You chose that. And if you knew my boy back then, you'd have seen him coming. I was like, man, these girls gotta know how he get down. Whatever he do, he cheating on you, knocking you up, not taking responsibility, or any of that. This is what you asked for. And then off the heels of that, she got knocked up by the lush who killed the baby. What I'm saying is that she had a history of making bad decisions. A history. This is what I'm talking about. So I need to know more about Sade. What were her influences? So she had an uncle in her life, a family who loved her, but I want to know, what was she listening to? Did she hate Kevin Samuels? Was she on some sprinkle? What? Because if you're properly educated, you see things. There's a reason why her friends said it was not like her to not show up for work the next day. They were like, no, I'm willing to bet. They were like, no, she was with that dude. Something ain't right. The next day? They sent the wellness check for her. She just missed work. when they talk to her co-workers and her friends that saw dude, watch what I tell you. I'm gonna be a little shocked if they say, yo, we saw him, he didn't look like anything. I'm willing to bet 50-50 chance. Willing to bet though, there's gonna be someone that saw dude and they're gonna ask, what'd you think of him? Did you see him? Yeah, he looked kind of like odd. But I ain't want to say anything to her, because you know how people are. Eric Jordan back in that super chat, he said the 5.5 theory was about the death. It was about the death of a year of a black woman. Got debunked by heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. It's the killers of women. What
the fuck?
Exactly. So this foolish ass woman said she basically was saying the leading cause of black women's death was because black men are toe tagging them. Come to find out, when we did the math, I told y'all, I did the numbers at that time, and I was like, there's no way. Because they'd be extinct by the end of the year. They'd be extinct. They said, no, it's not black men. It's y'all eating Popeyes every goddamn day, eating chicken sandwiches and not getting eating chicken sandwiches, getting your stomach snatched. So you look like a Jessica Rabbit cartoon character and not exercising. You get your stomach snatched, right? You get your waist snatched, and then you want to go into the gym with your Instagram with the spandex up your behind and do squats all day. No cardio. No cardio. And your Instagram be popping, your OnlyFans be popping, and you got a whole stick of butter in your arteries. Get out of here, man. Yeah, you know what, Village Brother, you're right, man. You're right. They will lie. Because you know why? They're just concerned about winning an argument. This is how ignorant shit is. When I heard about that bus in, I think, China, the bus driver missed a woman's stop and kept driving. And they were going over a bridge. The woman starts punching the bus driver in the face. He lost control of the bus, goes off the bridge, kills everybody on the bus. How selfish is that? What, is he supposed to stop and let you out now? What, he's supposed to drive and take your ass whooping? Now watch this. If he pulled the bus over on the busy highway and start kicking her ass, he's wrong. Right? What about the video I showed you? They said that this couple had an argument in the car with the mother in the car, and she got so mad with the dude that she jumped out the fucking car. Now, here's the thing. You're jumping out the car, y'all driving through a safari, and a fucking tiger comes up and grabs her lunch. And dude jumped out the car. Yeah, I'm gonna save you, but wait a minute, that's a tiger. Oh no, done. What is he gonna do? What the fuck was so bad that you had to jump out the car at that moment? What is that? What? Didn't even care. No limits. That, I swear to God, I played the video. It was in another country. You're going through a goddamn safari. I want to know, what were they arguing about at that moment that she got so pissed off that she jumps out the car in the middle of a fucking safari? Said the mother was killed too? My God. The man survived? That's all that's important. Why? Because his ass is probably in a car with the goddamn doors closed. China, right? What? So you got bitches so mad that they miss a stop that you kill everyone on the bus and you want to punch the bus driver. Then you got chicks that get so mad, oh, I've had it, and jumped out the fucking car. Babe, there's tigers outside, literally. It's not like we're in a bad neighborhood and we're wearing red and we're in a Crip neighborhood. No, there's literally wild animals outside. You sure you want to get out this goddamn car? Okay. Go on and get out that car. And you see a tiger walk right up and look at her for a minute like, what the fuck you doing? Lunch. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm about to eat. And it jumped on her and carried her off. And dude got out the car and looked and was like, what the? He got back in the car. See, this is the ridiculousness I'm talking about. What I'm saying, y'all, is I'm hoping that the young sister who was murdered, Sade Robinson, I'm hoping she wasn't under the influence of this toxic modern woman rhetoric that we are surrounded by. You understand? Because I'm telling you, on that page, that thread where I'm addressing that gay dude for talking about the black household is ruined because of the black man. When I addressed him, I had like 7 chicks addressing me, talking about what about men stepping to women wearing masks? If they would just come as they are, just hijacking the conversation and trying to move the goalposts. No. What did I just read y'all from blackdemographics.com? I just read it to you. In order to understand how you got here, you have to understand where we came from. How did we get here? There's an explanation. You can't do it in just typing in under 2 minutes. These women are trauma bonding. A lot of these women that are going through this shit, talking to these 15, 16-year-olds, don't be like me and trust these men. No. That's not the answer. Say what it is. Don't be like me and make the mistake in trusting a man that I had no business trusting because I thought I could change him. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Exactly, Kane. Women don't believe in statistics because it proves us right. This whole thing with Sade, it could possibly be deeper than what we're looking at it. It's deeper than her just, listen, she was 19, excited to go out on a dinner date with a 33-year-old white man. There's a disconnect here, man. And why the divestors so quiet? Where are your live streams talking about, hey man, this is just an isolated incident? If she was on date with Rayshawn Johnson from Block 13, there'd be live streams right now. There'd be panels right now. Let me ask y'all a question. How many black women were murdered because of the black manosphere? I'll wait. Salute to Gnarly Ray and that Cash App. Much love and appreciation, man. He said, I appreciate the work, family, man. Salute to you, good brother. Much love and appreciation. And salute to Dr. Mark and that super chat. I'm sorry, the Cash App. Much love and appreciation, man. Thank you. He said for keep teaching, King, man. I'm on the job, brother. And I gotta get you back on the live stream, good brother. Dr. Mark be cooking. And I know I missed my brother Jamal Robertson. I'm sorry, that's Pete. My brother Pete Davenport, man. Salute to you, good brother. And a couple of days ago, my brother Charlie J. Scott Jr., heavy in that Cash App, man. He said for a good show, man. Much love and appreciation, man. Thank you. Eric Jordan said 5 days every 5 hours, a black man allegedly was toe tagging a black woman. Not the case. It was a lie. Eric Jordan back in that super chat. He said 5.5 is 5 days, hours. My bad. That's a correction. Yeah. 5 days, 5 hours. It was all bullshit, y'all. It was all bullshit. How many black female deaths was Kevin Samuels responsible for? Jason Black, O'Shea Duke Jackson. How many deaths were they responsible? Name them. MTR. Anybody, name them. How many deaths? I'm gonna tell you something. All right, let's try this. How many pregnancies out of wedlock were they responsible for? Did they not all talk about how that's a bad thing? You should marry before you carry. They always talked about it's not good being a single mother in this atmosphere. Now, Brickface lady could have caused a lot of Uber drivers to get their ass kicked that night. If the Captain Saberhose formed a fucking, got some torches and started just yanking Uber drivers out their car, she could have got somebody killed, man. How many happy marriages has Miss Sprinkle produced? Where's her body of work? I'll wait. Is there a website? Does she have a website where she says, "Okay, I'm responsible for these women getting into relationships"? Only thing that I've seen, as far as testimony is concerned, in reference to her, is women talking about, "Oh, I went out with this guy and he tried to do this and do that and do this, but she was right. Sprinkle. I didn't." Yeah, okay. So Sprinkle. Guess what? Sprinkle, whatever her name is, she's married, y'all. She's married. So she's giving you dickhead information. The rules that she's living by, is this supposed to help you get married? Okay, watch this. She's giving you rules to live by. And there's women telling you, well, marriage is not the goal. If marriage is not the goal, what are you doing reproducing? You're creating broken households. Something that Kevin Samuels wasn't about. Something that Jason Black is not about. Everybody in the manosphere is not about that. Well, look, okay, I guess that term manosphere black manosphere don't exist anymore, from what I heard. But you get my point. Everybody's on the same wavelength. Men speak out against that. Why do you think they speak out? Even white men speak out. The tribe of men, y'all follow him? Everybody speaks out against that. Everybody. Why are you sisters so bent on doing it? And it's never with a dude that's worth your time. You want to be single mothers. Again, why am I talking about this? I need to know, what was Sade's, what was she listening to? Exactly, No Limits. She's another scammer. And she's monetized her bullshit. And I think she's making a lot of money, and her man's not gonna fucking, yeah, you bringing in how much a month? Okay. We're about to kill this mortgage. Sprinkle. And he's going to work every day or whatever he's doing, like, yo, these bitches falling for that. Let me tell you how stupid some of you women are. Y'all remember the DMX, what was his first album? Remember that song? It's so good, it's all right, up all day, up all night. You hear the words to that song? After that song, he still got laid. That wasn't just a song, that's how he was living his life. Again, that wasn't just a song. That's how he was living his life. Y'all heard it. And he still got laid after that song. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Little Kim I just saw a Instagram post. Little Kim was she was modeling some Adidas with her boyfriend. Want to know how old her boyfriend is? Little Kim's boyfriend, from what I was told, is 24 years old.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Y'all do what y'all want with that information. Okay? Yeah, he also had a song called Why Do Good Girls Like Bad Boys? Bad Guys. Yeah. Oh, he's 22? Okay, I gave him 2 years. That dude is a kid. What does he do for her other than knock her spine out? What does he do for her? Man, I ain't gonna harp on this. Man. I'm more concerned about why Miss Sade Robinson thought it was okay to hang out with this lunatic. I want to know in depth what happened. Somebody go through her social media. Somebody go through her YouTube and see who she was subscribed to. I want to know who she listened to. Because the women that pay attention to what we do here, we talk about the overall problems in the community and what we need to do to fix it. I'm not saying they won't get duped by a scammer, but a lot of those sisters, they won't get caught out there like this sister did. First of all, they're a lot more older and mature. That's number one. So they understand things. But number two, if they have daughters that woman's age, and their daughter honors their parents' mind. Now watch this, exactly no limits. 22, she's grooming him, right? This dude was 33 years old, went in to order some pizza to talk to a 19-year-old, and she was excited to go to dinner with him for some seafood. Ended up at a lounge and then went back to his fucking house where he did what he did to her. Her mama ain't tell her that that's not okay to be doing that. YOLO. Exactly. You only live once, right? Kevin Samuels produced a lot of good couples and counting, I believe. I think it's his thing still up on Facebook? I don't know. I'm not on Facebook. But that's what he was doing. He was growing the black community. That's what he was doing. But yeah, exactly. These chicks want to side up with Dr. Umar. These chicks want to get that feel good from Derek Jackson, get pandered by him, have him fuck the shit out of you. I heard what happens at his meetups and stuff like that. Shorty was like, yeah, you know, they were in the bathroom talking about what they would do to him, and his wife would be standing right over there. They didn't care. They didn't care. Exactly, Quiet Storm. And Dennis Sperling found his fiance in that group. Now go figure that. Anthony, what up, man? Listen, man, I'm gonna get out of here because this is actually painful for me to talk about. I feel so bad for Sade, and what I'm hoping she wasn't a victim of this modern woman bullshit rhetoric all around social media. I hope she wasn't co-signing that shit, because you know what, man? She shouldn't have been going out with a 33-year-old man. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Remove color for a minute. She shouldn't have been going out with a 33-year-old man. And then going back to his house that night, man. Should she have done that? Was that a good move? Look, I know about one-night stands. But you always run the risk. And this was the biggest risk. And I'm gonna reiterate this. These girls, oh, you gotta pay me before you go, you gotta cash at me or whatever before we go out. Because by the way, whole culture is normalized now. If a woman is asking you for money up front before you take her out, hoes do that. Hoes do that. Wait till you see this other video that I'm gonna talk about. You know, I saw another woman with her boys in the bathroom and she's twerking in the bathroom. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. She should be put in jail. Did y'all see the video of the teacher, the black girl, giving her students an option, hug, kiss, or I think high five? And she's kissing these students on the mouth. She hugged the little girl, but kissing the little, and it's a black lady too. And I had some Captain Saberhole saying, oh, it's your American perverted thinking. I said, no, motherfucker. Do you know we have a problem over here? I'm on guard, man. But wait a minute, I don't care what country you are in. Are you cool with your fucking son going to school and kissing Miss Schwartz on the mouth? I'm sorry, it was a black woman, Miss Johnson on the mouth. You don't know what the fuck she did with her mouth that morning? She could have pleasured her boyfriend. She could have pleasured her girlfriend. She could have pleasured her boyfriend and girlfriend. She could have herpes on her lip. What is she kissing your son on the mouth for? You cool with that? Don't put that on an American thing. We have a problem here. I did a whole show about these perverted teachers banging the students. Y'all remember? I think I did 2 shows about that. So I couldn't believe it. It's called being on point, ladies and gentlemen. So which one is it? You just said that's perverted American thinking, but I'm pointing out the violation. So if it's perverted American thinking, I'm protecting the kids from the pervert, you idiot. You dummy. This is why you just can't come in here and say any old thing to me. Thank you, No Limits. Reverse the roles. If that was a black man kissing a bunch of kids on the mouth, he'd be under the jail. That's inappropriate, stupid. Don't put it on, don't make it a cultural thing, dummy. Stop it. Yeah, exactly, Kane. These female teachers are out there. Listen, these women today, and I'm just going to say this, man, and this is going to be the next show. Is it safe to say that these modern women today are just fucking perverts? They accuse men of being perverts, and we raise our kids to watch out for the perverts and the bad dudes. And look, I understand that, but whole culture is the culture. It's part of black culture magically. Just go to your goddamn Instagram. There's women I don't even follow. You just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. I'll never forget, I had Instagram on my desktop and my child was sitting right there and I'm scrolling. And I used to follow Lizzo just to support the sister, right? And I'm scrolling. And it's a slow motion of her booty clapping in a thong. I said, and my kid was like, what the fuck? And I had to. Now, as talented as Lizzo is, she sings, she dances, she writes her music, she plays the flute. Why is she on social media making her booty clap in a thong? Why is she doing that to herself? She don't need to do that. What happened to sisters not being objectified? I can sing, I can dance. Why you want to look at my body? Now it's look at my body, fuck singing and dancing. I know it's men's fault, right? And here we are speaking out against it. We're not the scumbags and dogs that you accuse us of being. Now we're saying, why y'all doing this? And being that we're saying, why you doing this? We're gay, we're sassy, we're lame. Man, fuck y'all, man, for real. Listen, passport up. I got lucky, y'all. Leave. I'm not mad at y'all. You have to deal with this shit. This is fucking ass backwards. This is stupid. I hope that this sister wasn't poisoned by the bullshit. I hope the bullshit didn't get her killed. I hope she wasn't in a huddle with her friends saying, oh yeah, he white, you know he got money somewhere. I hope it wasn't one of those things. Cause look, salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Cash App, the Super Chat. We'll be back, man. And I hate that this happened. It's disgusting, it's vile, and I hope this dude gets everything he deserves, which is just how she caught it. This guy don't need to be breathing. Get him out of there. See y'all in the AM, man, and we'll be back here Wednesday. Take it gently.